which we are acting as George Russell for this career mode. Hopefully we're going to complete all 10 seasons here. This is the first live com sort of thing I've done in a long time, because I haven't really had a headset for quite a long time, and this is actually my first actual headset, so hopefully the mic quality will be so much better than what it used to be. But yeah, welcome to round number 3 now. We've completed round number 2. Please go check out round 2 and 1 to see like basically what's happened in them 2 rounds. And we're going to now crack on with round number 2.
Well done. That should get the team a nice boost to their development.
So
and it won't hurt when it comes to your next contract review either.
So there we go. That's just
Here you can see a list of eligible drivers to declare as your rival. The more challenging they are to beat, the more the paddock will respect you for succeeding. Just be aware, you'll lose the same amount of respect if you come off second best.
So there we go.
It's wise not to be overly ambitious.
Thank you, Gemma, for that. So yeah, we're going to be recreating George Russell as basically he is joining Williams next season for the 2019 season, and we're going to be playing as George Russell for the 2018 game, basically, and we're creating George Russell. We've picked, obviously Russell is British, and obviously I've just picked the number 15. It seems about right. I don't know what number Russell will pick for 2019 as of yet, but hopefully he picks a decent number as well. It'd be a coincidence if he picked my number. But yeah, you know, obviously we're going to be playing as George Russell during this career mode, and we'll be hopefully progressing up through the ranks in the team, and hopefully we can get the team to that Mercedes Ferrari level, and hopefully by the end of season 3 we will come good and we will be able to compete for race wins and potentially championships. That's my aim, to get the team to race wins and championships by the start of season 3, towards the end of season 3, so somewhere in between season 3 and 4 I want to be really starting to be competitive. By the end of season 1 I want to start, well, I really want to be on the back end of that midfield, so I want to be at McLaren's level hopefully by the end of season 1. So we've got a long way to go till the end of season 1. We've still got 19 more rounds, and we're gonna now go to round number 3 in China, and hopefully we'll have you know, and from next weekend or from next race I'm gonna actually do some upgrades at the end of this weekend, because I've got now an idea really where we need to improve the car sort of thing. And yeah, you know, I understand that we need to improve the car. It's really, I think, a downforce chassis issue really we've got. I don't think it's the speed and the top end speed that we've got. I feel like it's more of a downforce chassis issue, and we're really losing the rear end at times, and sometimes it's the front end, so we've got a lot of instability, and it's not to do with the drag, I don't think. So I'm going to go down the level of downforce, and hopefully we will get there in the end. So I really do think it's actually a quick fix issue. I don't believe we're going to actually be that long till we're scoring points, and I think realistically by the end of season 1 we can do it. But yeah, we're going to go into FP1 now for the first time. We're going to complete the some practice programs, starting off with track acclimatization. So we'll just do flying laps, so we just get through these programs quickly, because I don't want to spend too long in the practice, and yeah, so on and so on. So up into the hairpin now at the end of a back straight using 8th gear. Obviously on a Formula 1 car, 8th gear is the maximum we have, and we're on the medium tyre right now. So yeah, you know, obviously been on this medium tyre. Obviously it's the hardest compound, least likely to use in race, I guess, as well. Aim once again is to beat our teammate this weekend really, and just to get a good reputation during our early part. You know, so far all 3 weekends now, three, both weekends we have beaten our teammate. I still feel like we haven't reached maximum potential in terms of how we've done, and I still feel there's a lot of potential we can do to improve. So, breaking now for this is the 11th gate, so up into now the long back straight, opening the car up now, and we're gonna set a lap time. So hopefully this will be a purple score here to get the maximum credits. Bit late on the brakes, getting Ricardo turned in quite nicely. Through the last turn, power our way out of the last turn. Hopefully it'll be a purple score. Yes, it is. So there we go. A purple score then for us there. So yeah, that's purple, and we will now crack on with what will be the next practice program. So a purple score there, so we get the maximum credits there for ourselves. I think it came good towards the end. We were quite close actually, probably not to been purple. So we'll get on with this race strategy, and then we'll do one more after this. Probably do the ERS program, and then we'll go into quali. So yeah, so far if you've been watching the channel, I've been struggling with this practice program. So hopefully we can get the purple score today in China. I don't think I've actually got green either yet in this one. So the only one I've picked up points from is the track acclimatization one. So hopefully we pick up some points today. So down into turn 1. Long sweeping right-hander. Multiple lines you can pick through here. Right now, I don't like that line that I've done there, but yeah, multiple of lines, and you set yourself up for turn 2, then power your way out of that corner, down into turn 4, then turn 5, in theory's flat out. Not quite in this, just a little bit of lift and coast in a car like this. Turn 6. Oh, that's the invalid lap. Now we're going to use a flashback here, just to benefit us, because it's only practice. There's no points on offer yet. So flat out. Now down into the next few corners. One of the most difficult corners I find here in China, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would. It's very easy to get it wrong, this one, and same with the exit here. Up the back straight now, and yeah, flat out now. So open up the DRS, maximize the car's engine. As you can see, we're hitting 200 miles per hour down that straight then, and you can see where we're losing time, hopefully. So down the main straight again, and that's a green lap, so that's good for us. So a much better turn 1 this time, much happier with the line we've taken in there. That really helps, I find, with turn 2. Keeps the corner a lot tighter, which I prefer open than that, and it just helps there with turn 2. So this time we are doing good on our delta, so it looks like we might have some good race pace here. So it is starting to rain. Now this may affect the practice program in general. So we may then after this go straight into, you know, but yeah, good lap this actually anyway, regardless of the rain. I think we'll see how it reflects at the end anyway. Bit wide into the hairpin, but that doesn't matter too much, I don't think. We got a good drive anyway out of the final few corner. It'll come down to the line. Where does this put us? Yeah, it was a good lap, a very good lap. So that's put us just below Carlos Sainz then there, who's obviously in the Renault powered car. So yeah, you know, much better lap that time. So yeah, put us in front of Perez, ahead of Leclerc then, which is good. Obviously we're not going to be as quick as Mercedes or Ferrari or Red Bull or any of the top teams, so being in the midfield is what we aim for. A little bit of braking there to get the car turned in. Lots of braking there. Flat out now. And that's invalid. I don't think that was really worth it, that invalid. I'm going to have a look. If we think it wasn't really invalid, I'm going to have a look. Would have it got away? I think in real life that would have just been given, especially in practice. I'm going to just use a flashback once again. Saying flashback because obviously then at least we get the purple score. That time much better through there. And we were lovely and early on the power there actually. Just seeing how early we can get on the power through that corner is so important. To see where you can pick up the traction, because it really helps you to power your way up this straight. So the car's feeling relatively stable right now around this track in these conditions, so that's a good sign. And yeah, so there we go, we've got the purple then. So we're going to come back to the pits as it is starting to rain, and we're going to call that a day basically, because it is basically raining. So we're going to go straight now into quali. But in terms of the in terms of how the race lap looks, it looks good for race. So it's much better than what they expected. The Williams guys, so yeah, that's good. That is a good sign for the race, I think. Even though it says it's going to be dry, it is raining, so I'm not sure. Maybe we can have a look. Is there another camera? I'm gonna jump anyway into quali. We'll go straight to qualifying now. So yeah. So
Hamilton, Van Dorn, and Valtteri Bottas. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
So thank you for that, Crofty. As you can see, we did a pretty solid time there. So that's the first time I can say we've actually managed to finish a session inside the top 9. Inside the top 10, sorry. And Sergei Sorokin, my teammate, well, he's about 2 seconds down. In all honesty, and we do have this on 97% AI difficulty, so we're just below the 100 mark. But as you can see, this is the biggest gap to my teammate I've had all season long. Obviously, it's only practice. I don't want to get too hyped because obviously, as you can see, it's a little bit weird conditions, mixed conditions. Vettel 16th, Ricardo 17th. That's, I can guarantee, is going to change by the time we get to practice. I meant practice by the time we get to qualifying. So I'm not going to say we're going to be ahead of Sergei Sorokin, my teammate, just yet. But I do think we are certainly looking good from what practice says. I don't think that's actually a false reading in terms of where we are. I don't think we're quite as high up as 9th place.
Good day today.
But I think we're very good. So question is, how things you and teammate?
Friendly or heated?
So I'm gonna put we're keeping. He's the pupil. That seems quite good.
How do you think things are going to go for you?
I'm gonna put you can never tell this early because obviously we're only at round 3, as you can tell. So obviously, you know, it's so early on in the season. At the end of the day, we may improve a car to become the best midfield team by the end of the season, and we could pick up so many points during the mid course of the season, during the end of the season. So I don't know, you know, yet. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, you can't really tell at this stage, especially after just 3 rounds. Because obviously, after 3 rounds this season, I would have said Vettel would have been world champion, but it turns out Lewis Hamilton becomes world champion. However, you would have said after 3 rounds in 2010, you know, you would have said after them 3 rounds that anyone could win it. It was up for grabs. 3 rounds in 2012, I would have said Alonso or Hamilton or Button. You wouldn't have put Vettel, because Vettel actually was the last man to win the 4th round and go on to claim the championship. The man before him, after him, is now Lewis Hamilton. Right, anyway, on to qualifying. And we'll see where we can get.
We'd like to welcome you from wherever in the world you join us today for this F1 qualifying session here in Shanghai, China. In recent seasons, much talk has been made about tyre wear. Some say it gets in the way of the racing, others say it's always been part of the sport.
So gonna ignore that.
Right,
so
we've lost telemetry. We've lost pretty much all
right, so we're gonna be delayed
now, so just bear with it for a few minutes if you can, please.
So we are going to be delayed, unfortunately, by about a minute. So that's not going to really damage our session too much, I don't think. However, obviously, it's still a delay. Not good to have delays, full stop. But whilst we do that, we're just going to put on a setup that I know that works quite well here, usually on the Ferrari. Oh, got hiccups. Yeah, this setup usually works quite well on the Ferrari. So yeah, we're going to be going out in about 36 seconds time. Obviously we've only lost about a minute. Yeah, for sure that can be costly, but I don't think it will be all costly. So we're going to get out on track just in about a minute. So yeah, we are getting ready now to go out on track of what I think Sergei Sorokin will be going out now also. So we'll see how Sergei does. So Sergei will have about 11 seconds really before us, so 20 seconds. So he'll be about 11 seconds to 20 seconds, so around half a lap ahead of us. And yeah, we're now going out on track exactly now. So here we go, and we are going out for our first timed lap here in the Williams. It's a long lap here, so you know you do have to get it quite right, and yeah, you know, obviously it's not going to be easy. So we'll just have a look at the weather update and get a weather update. So as we go out on track on these ultra softs, weather report.
Couldn't receive that. Repeat the message.
Weather.
Again, you're breaking up.
Weather report.
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being. Dry seem like the best tyre for now.
So no rain's expected. So that is good news for us and for the session and for really everyone, because just means you're able to get in your best lap. You don't have to worry about the weather, hopefully. So we take the car now, starting to pick up the speed in it, getting a feel, getting the car in the right place now. Now there is a bit of a gap that I like to see. We do have a bit of a good part of track right now, but there's also a gap behind these two red little mini dots. I think that's behind the Ferrari, and I would prefer to be behind the Ferrari, and I wouldn't mind to also be behind the Sauber. So we're gonna let right, we're gonna let these two through anyway. So let these two through whilst we warm up our tyres. We've got a bit of shape. So yeah, the Sauber's now gone through. We're gonna turn up the engine, put in the hot lap mode. We're gonna have the engine in full max as we now get ready to start the lap here, letting the tyres cool just a little bit. Then, and here we go now on a lap of the Shanghai Chinese Grand Prix circuit. Then out of the last corner we come. Not the greatest of exits, but nonetheless it's gonna have to do. Down into turn one we go. We've got some nice clean air here, and up into turn one then, and it's a long corner, turn one. It almost feels like 3 corners in my eyes. And turn 2, and effectively 3 you could say, but this is turn 3 flat out. Turn 4 bit late on the brakes, but nonetheless we will just have better acceleration now out of that corner. So through the sweeping left right hander, and a double left. This corner feels good to win. Got right. 8 tenths down on Fernando Alonso, who is the quickest man at the moment. So I don't think this is the greatest lap that you're going to see. We will have enough fuel to go for it again, so I may utilise that. But will we have the tyres? But I do think we're going to be ahead of Charles Leclerc here. I don't think we're going to be ahead of Charles Leclerc here as we spun the car. We're going to go for it again, second time round. Hopefully we can do a good lap. And yeah, that's put us firmly in last. So second attempt then. Turn 1, once again it's a tricky right hander. Turn 2 isn't much easier. Then you're flat out here all the way down into turn 4. I really think this is turn 3, but yeah, it is by right, turn 4. And double left-hander now out of that corner. So we're right now nip and tuck with our previous best. A little bit up now by a tenth. Right, minimal on fuel. Then up the main straight, down into the hairpin, or up into the hairpin. This is where we made a mistake on our previous lap. So hopefully on lap 2 or attempt 2 we'll do it much better, which we have. And there we go. And yeah, that's good enough to go. What is into P10 now? So we're gonna turn down the engine. And yeah, so obviously that's a decent lap then there. Not a bad lap. A 135.101. So yeah, that's quicker than our teammate now. on our second attempt. So we're gonna do it in lap. We have to be quite careful with the throttle because we're very low on fuel, so we're gonna try and get majority of the way back without running out of fuel, but we also have to be quite careful because there'll be a lot of cars on a quick lap. We don't want to get in their way and wreck their laps, really. So yeah, just taking it nice and easy on the throttle pedal. So we're gonna run out of fuel at the end of this straight. So what I'm gonna do, there we go. So that's kick. So we're just gonna coast up into this corner, and then we'll have a little bit of low fuel. And yeah, we've got to be very careful now. So I'm going to stay to the right and cross back over to the left. And into the pits we will come. And that is now the end of our first run, so we're only going to have one more run here, I think. So yeah, we're only going to have one more attempt, roughly. It's only going to be a short qualifying, this is. So yeah, not a bad, you know, first run. If we didn't make the mistake on the first lap, we probably would have been much quicker overall. In fact, we made 2 mistakes on the first lap, so there is time to improve in the car. So we've got 8 minutes. We could go out and again, but it'd be tight then getting in a last run, so we're not going to do that. We're going to wait to the end of the session to practically go out when everyone else is going out. And yeah, you know, we're going to try and get in that final lap where the track should improve massively, and we're going to go for it now. Just skip forward a bit of time, sort of thing, speed up the process of time. I don't want to be waiting for 8 minutes doing practically nothing. So on we go then for our second run, which should be the final run. So we've only got really this lap to make it right. Let's have a quick look who's on pole position. So it's Sebastian Vettel on pole position then, who's in the garage at the moment. We've got the 2 Ferraris really on pole. So could Kimi Räikkönen get pole? 132.9, 132.4. Oh, that's a huge gap to Vettel. Absolutely monstrous lap from Vettel then. Could Kimi come back? And look how far the Mercedes are behind. Wow, absolutely huge gap. Almost a second to the Mercedes cars. The Red Bulls are literally a second down in terms of pace-wise. But anyway, let's focus on our little battle. So, Sorokin did a 36, whereas we did a 35.1. So, 1.5 seconds to Sorokin. However, that's only good enough for 17th, surprisingly. So, we're going to have a look how close our Toro Rosso is. So, let's have a look at Kevin Magnussen. So, 34.1. I think Magnussen's too far out of range. Grosjean, I'm not sure. So we could, I think P11 is quite realistic. I think P12, so I think we can, P12 got to be the aim. But realistically, so anywhere from P12 and upwards has got to be the aim. I think, yeah, we've got to aim for P12 here. So that is my aim. So out onto the lap then, so we're going to turn up the engine, so we're burning fuel here. And is Leclerc on the fast lap? Don't think so, he seems to be going slow. So Vettel, I think, is staying in the garage. So we're gonna try and get this just right. So Sorokin is gonna catch us, I think, by the end. So we've got to be very careful here with Sergey, because obviously he's gonna have a outlap. But I don't want to be in front of a Red Bull, because the Red Bull is quicker. Should we go behind the Mercedes? Yeah, we will. So we're going to stick behind the Mercedes, get the slipstream into turn 1, hopefully, and utilise that slipstream of Hamilton. So, but where do we let Hamilton through? That's the question. Or should we go behind Hamilton? Gonna let Hamilton through now. So here we go. Bit of a snap. Big snap of oversteer. Out of that last corner. Terrible exit out of the last corner. Terrible exit. Right, full throttle. We're a 10th up, so we are improving on this lap. So this always helps to be up through there. Now it's just going to be about the power. See whether or not it can deliver. Good exit. 4 tenths up. Where does this put us? 12th. So we have got 12th. Excellent qualifying then there. Absolutely brilliant. That is honestly like a win. Then P12 cannot complain. We were miles quicker than Sergei Sorokin. In fact, 2 seconds quicker, which is phenomenal. Obviously, you know, like I said, this is on 97% difficulty. And in the previous 2 rounds, Sorokin has been matching us. So for whatever reason today, Sorokin could not match us. I am good at China. I'm not going to lie, it is one of my more favourite enjoyable circuits on the Formula 1 calendar. But yeah, P12 then. No one could match Vettel either. So Vettel gets pole, Hamilton gets 2nd, and Kimi Raikkonen takes 3rd. 4th goes to Valtteri Bottas. 5th goes to Daniel Ricciardo. 6th off to Max Verstappen. Best of the rest then. 7th, Nico Hülkenberg, Carlos Sainz in 8th. So Renault 7th and 8th. Force India's Sergio Perez taking 9th. Kevin Magnussen 10th. And Roman Grosjean in 11th. Obviously, George Russell or myself got 12th. Fernando Alonso in 13th. 14th, Charles Leclerc. 15th, Esteban Ocon. 16th, Stoffel Van Dorn. 5th, did I say Esteban Ocon 15th? Yeah, I think I did. 16th, Stoffel Van Dorn. 17th, Pierre Gasly. 18th, Marcus Ericsson. 19th, Brendan Hartley. And rounding up the grid for tomorrow, well, for the race will be Sergei Sorokin. So yeah, obviously that is how the race will start. We do obviously have the benefit of free tyre selection, so that may help us out during the race, obviously. So
Great
yeah.
work out there today. How do you think it went? It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race?
So, I'm going to put that's the plan, obviously.
Are you hoping to have your reliability issues sorted out before qualifying?
Bit of a weird question, because qualifying's after. I'm going to put no comment, sort of, to that one.
We've not seen much development progression for your car recently. Why is that?
I'm going to put that one, man. Like, I've still got no comment really to that. So I never knew you could actually do no comment. So if I find a question that, you know, I don't really think there's any suitable answer, I'm going to put no comment, then it doesn't really affect us, hopefully, in the reputation side of things. But yeah, you know, obviously at the end of this race, I am going to make some development upgrades. And that's, you know, because I think I've found really the weakness in this car. But for some reason, if the car feels fantastic here, okay, I'm a good driver at this circuit. I don't want to say I'm not, because I sort of love this Chinese circuit. It's quite a nice circuit on this game. And it was also quite nice on F1 2017. You know, one of them circuits that I sort of like on this game. But watch, next race, Baku, I can guarantee it will be a different story. Because I just, for some reason in this game, does not connect with me, Baku. And, you know, it's just one of them circuits I just can't get to grips with. And I've had many attempts on Baku, and I'm still not up to grips with how to sort of make that circuit work for me. So do not expect any magic like today we've seen, and I think you'll see. And Monaco's another one, and Singapore. These are the three circuits that I really do seem to struggle at against the AI in this game. I think it's a controller thing. I don't think, maybe if I had the wheel, or a wheel set sort of thing, a steering wheel, I would be better on these circuits, but I think it is a controller thing, and maybe the AI have improved in that area. But yeah, so weather for a race looks pretty damn dry, similar to really this weekend. Looks very overcast.
I'm a bit concerned about your consistency, or more to the point, your lack thereof. You're not hitting the goals outlined in your contract with enough regularity.
Hitting the goals? I'm not sure what you're on about there, Gemma.
Contract reviews, we could find ourselves in a negative spiral that'll be hard to recover.
Gemma, that does not make sense. We're in a Williams, number 1, and number 2. Average qualifying position, 16th. Average finishing position, 16th. That is pretty average for me. Especially at a team, so, you know, like this. So I'm just going to ignore that comment there from the game. Game clearly hasn't seen what car we're in, and the game clearly doesn't understand the concept of what Williams have underneath them. Could not have been funny. Williams have got the worst car this season, and yeah, you know, I'm not gonna say they've got the best car, because they don't. They've got the worst car, let's be honest, sir. Anyway, comments aside, so we'll let Crofty do his thing, and we're going to be quiet for this.
Sauber of Felipe Massa passed Jenson Button into turn 1 at the very first Chinese Grand Prix in 2004, Shanghai has consistently provided close racing and extraordinary memories. It's where Lewis Hamilton effectively lost the title in his rookie year, and it's where Nico Rosberg claimed Mercedes' first win of the modern era in 2012. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles an hour, with DRS assisting the cars down the back straight before they brake into the sharp hairpin at turn 14. Joining me once again to take you through this race is the effervescent Anthony Davidson, and I'm very much looking forward to it getting underway. You raced here, of course, didn't you, back in your Super Aguri days in that infamous Chinese Grand Prix of 2007?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't last that long, though, unfortunately. Qualifying had gone pretty well, but my brakes failed quite early in the race, around lap 10 or 11, something like that. And of course, back in 2004, I was the very first Formula 1 driver to complete a lap of this circuit. Just thought I'd mention that for you, Crofty. You like a good stat. It's a fairly tough circuit on the brakes here, though. You know, it's that long back straight down into turn 14, and then you got turn 6 and 11. They're quite heavy as well. On top of that, managing your front tyre wear is always a challenge around here, so there's a lot to keep in mind during the Grand Prix.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Sainz, Perez and Kevin Magnussen, Grosjean, Russell, Fernando Alonso and Leclerc, Ocon, Van Dorn, Pierre Gasly and Marcus Ericsson. Hartley and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
You managed to qualify better than we expected yesterday, so let's do the same again today.
So there we go. So as you can tell, we're now starting in P12 for this race where we qualified yesterday. Pretty good qualifying, or well, today technically, but pretty good qualifying nonetheless. So pretty happy with that qualifying result. P12 just got to be, because obviously that the car is not the best car on the grid, and we've massively out qualified our teammate by a total of 8 positions, and not only just 8 positions, but by 2 seconds. So that is very, very convincing result for me personally. So yeah, that's a very, very good result. I can guarantee that will not be happening at Baku. I can just almost guarantee that. I'd be surprised if it does, and that's coming from me. So yeah, obviously in terms of strategy, so we're just going to have a look at the 2-stop. Just looks stupid really. Why would I want to lose 13, 14 seconds on a 2-stop? That is absolutely stupid. You might as well suggest me, you know, a different strategy there. So we're just going to have a look at reverse strategy. Would it be worth going on a harder tyre? No, I'm going to go on the overtaken tyre, really, at the start here. So then, here we go then for the Chinese Grand Prix. 5 red lights, lights out, and away we go. That was a very quick lights out then. And down into turn 1, we got Alonso to our left. So we're holding 13th pretty well. Can we hold up in 12th? And we're up naturally to the points, up into P8. Can we get P8? Hold on to P8 here. That would be a great start then. Brilliant start, hopefully. Out dragging the Renault. P8 we are up into. A brilliant start by us. And we're already on the back of what is now really the top end guys here. So can we get some good points here today? Maybe. Obviously long way to go then. 14 laps in fact of racing. So this is only lap 1.
That's a strong start. Well done.
So there we go. Our engineer, race engineer, saying that's a strong start. Recognising the progression we've made then there. Can we take home some points? Obviously these Renaults looked a bit too far out of reach yesterday. Will that be the case today? I would have thought so. So even though we made a strong start, realistically it's just about really holding on to what we've got, I feel. And really just maybe holding on to 10th or something. So yeah, made a good start, but I'm not going to rule out 8 today. And yeah, we've done very good. So coming around the end of the first lap, we're in P8 right now. So a pretty good first lap then from us then. Can we go up the inside of Hülkenberg? No, not quite all, maybe. But no, not quite. Shine the door then that ultimately in the end. So Carlos Sainz is a little bit behind us. Obviously we're miles ahead of our teammate already. About 10 seconds, maybe 8 seconds. But yeah, we're very good. And the top bunch ain't really getting away from us really. So who knows what we could do. Because obviously I'm feeling pretty handy with the pace. Obviously we're going to have DRS next time round. And on Hülkenberg. And Hülkenberg not really running away either. So yeah, this is also the first time in a race I haven't broken my front wing on the first lap. For the last 2 races, broken front wing on the first 2 laps of the first race, in the first corner usually, or second corner. So up the hill, we're going to have the engine on Nico Hülkenberg, getting him a slipstream. We're gaining a little bit, but not enough, but it's going to be a good defense. So yeah. So getting a good drive off there. Obviously we'll be in Hülkenberg's slipstream, but at the same time in his dirty air. And yeah, we're going to be in Hülkenberg's slipstream here. Can we get enough drag? So just reporting Kimi Räikkönen has a mechanical issue. We go at the inside. Hülkenberg shuts the door. Very rude and abstract there. Literally left me no room at all. Then there. Absolutely disgusted by that behaviour from the AI. You know, that is worth a penalty for Nico Hülkenberg. He left me no room, forced me off onto the track. And yeah, okay, you could say it's not an overtaking opportunity maybe, but that's really cost me time. But yeah, Kimi Räikkönen has some sort of mechanical issue, so P7 may be P7 may be in reach here if we just stay here for now. So we should have a DRS this time. So here we go, got the DRS, got the drag reduction, and here, up the hill, Kimi Räikkönen's looking slow. Is that Nico Hülkenberg going for a move on Verstappen? Yes it is, and Verstappen has been overtaken. So, Verstappen now is my next driver up the road, and we get a good drive. Can we overtake Max Verstappen and Kimi Räikkönen? So here we go, we're going to dart to the inside, and we've made contact with Kimi Räikkönen. He's hit us, Kimi Räikkönen, and carnage. Absolute carnage. What was Kimi thinking? So, yeah, we make contact with Kimi Räikkönen, and it's really wrecked our race now. And not just once, we get hit from behind as well. By Carlos Sainz. And then again. So absolute carnage. But anyway, on with this race. I don't just quit. So we're going to have to take a wing change now, effectively, in the pit stop, which is going to cost us a lot of time. Probably about 4 seconds. So hopefully we can get past Kimi soon. We're really affected, yeah. This is unlivable. Almost. And we've been hit again. This is ridiculous. Dirty driving from the AI here. Absolutely disgraceful driving. So, this has cost us probably a point finishing position. My teammate is right behind me now. While holding P9. But oh my days. That's a horrible scene there. Just got a load of cars. So yeah, this has potentially cost us a points finishing position. Unacceptable behavior from the AI. Absolutely stupid behavior. Alright, in the pits we come then for our first pit stop, and hopefully only pit stop of the day. Now the comeback race is on. Off goes our old front wing, on goes the new one. Then as we stand still in the pits, but it's gonna be actually for a lot less time. So we've lost about a position or two there, but obviously whilst standing still for a lot longer. We've lost about a lot more. So Hartley was also up my rear, so we've actually gone down to 11th. If we can get past Brendan Hartley, we're actually up into about 10th, which would be a point scoring position, I think. So yeah, you know, can we do it? Can we get a point scoring position? Obviously we got Kimi Räikkönen. Alonso's right behind me, applying the pressure. He'll be right on my tail at the end of this. And we're right off. Right, I'm going to excuse this flashback. I could have probably used it a little bit earlier. But yeah, I'm going to use it now because I feel like that was a bit unfair. But yeah, it's the only flashback I'm going to use in this race. I'm allowed to use one flashback per race. That is the rules in my career mode. It's also for entertainment as well. But yeah. Right, anyway, down the main straight. Can we get another position here? So where are we? We are now 14th. Can we get 13th? Who's getting delayed? Yes, we can, up into 13th. So Ocon's next. And we've got a bit of a slide there. So that would be 12th for Ocon. We can get 12th, that'd be alright. 12th would be decent.
The car behind has come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Softs on the car behind.
So can we get 12th? Bit of a slide. This will give Gasly opportunity. Will he go for it? He will, leave him the room. But he will have a DRS. We won't have a DRS, so this may benefit Pierre Gasly. Looking behind us we are as we come up the hill. Points are still on the table here, so I'm not going to rule them out. We've only got to get Van Dorn and we're in a point scoring position. But in between us and Van Dorn we've got Ocon and one of the Haas cars, so you know it looks like maybe the Haas has already got Van Dorn. We'll have a look. Will there be anything? Come on Van Dorn, stay ahead. As Van Dorn wins that battle then there. And I wanted Van Dorn, but it looked like the Haas coming back. Van Dorn's going to the inside. So, awesome fighting up in front. Just about see it. Absolutely awesome stuff from the AI there. And whilst we're focusing on that, we're gonna turn up our engine ERS mode to hot lap. So Van Dorn then.
Green flag.
So yellow flag behind us. Who is it for? I think it's for Stoffel Van Dorn. Safety car.
Has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we
So who is it for?
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
It's for Brendan Hartley. So Brendan Hartley's out of a race. I thought it was for Stoffel Van Dorn. So there we go then. So we're gonna obviously turn down the engine, save a bit of fuel, hopefully use that on the restart. Then obviously you know, and yeah, you know, obviously we're gonna try and catch the pack now, and this could be our opportunity now. Yeah, this could be our opportunity to score points then, as the field will be bunched up once again. It will give us a bit of hope, and our tyres will be relatively still as fresh as those in front. It gives us, I feel, one more opportunity to get the best out of this car. And we're going to have a bit of fuel on board. I would have thought the others will as well, so yeah. Safety car called at the right time really for us then. Just about. Obviously Stoffel Van Dorn, you can see how close we are to a point. So we've only got to get past Ocon, Magnussen and Van Dorn. And these cars are just up in front now, so right. So the leaders are now catching the safety car. They're practically caught. Hamilton, I believe, is our leader. We'll have a look. We'll do a full race update actually now. Throat's a bit sore. Weird, like very sensitive. So yeah, Lewis Hamilton is our race leader for the first time this season, I believe. Then Vettel. Then we have Valtteri Bottas. Then the two Red Bulls. Then Nico Hülkenberg, I believe that is, who earlier on squeezed us out. Then we have Roman Grosjean, no, Kevin Magnussen, sorry. Then Kimi Räikkönen, then Perez, Van Dorn, Grosjean. Then we have Ocon, myself, Pierre Gasly, Alonso. I think this is Leclerc. Sainz. So Sainz is actually down the field actually. I thought Sainz was a lot higher up actually. So how did that happen? Must have been in that incident with me, Raikkonen. Yeah, he got caught up I think in that as well. And then Sorokin and Marcus Ericsson in the last car, rounding up the grid right now. We've practically held position actually in this race, to let you know. So we've actually done pretty well, I think, to hold position here in this race. So whatever reason we were ghosted in there. So through turn one we go. So we'll have about 4 laps to the end to race here. Or 3 laps. So, you know, we'll see how long the safety car will be out here for. Hopefully it's out for about till lap 11, end of lap 11. I would have thought it would be. And we're gonna now catch the safety car somewhere on this straight, probably at the end of it. So yeah, catching the safety car now, and it'll be somewhere at the end of this straight here. Braking now, and yeah, we've caught a safety car effectively and the field. So yeah, we're all joining at the same time. So yeah, we've all joined at the same time, and just gonna keep tyres warm here. So yeah. So if we pit now, we would rejoin behind everyone. So it's not worth pitting right now. And also with the amount of laps, you just wouldn't have the speed to do all the necessary overtakes. So we might as well stay behind Ocon and fight with what we've got, rather than go onto the alternative strategy and fight with something that we may not even have. And why is my car continuously ghosting here? I'm not going any faster than what they're going. I'm going at a normal speed and you're ghosting. But I can't go faster than what Ocon's going. I can't overtake Ocon, so I'm only going to go at my speed.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car
So
in this
safety
lap.
car is in
Let's
this
make sure
lap
those tyres are up to
then.
temperature.
So we're going to
Remember, there is
turn
no
on.
overtaking until the first safety car line. Stay in position until the green flags.
So we're going to turn up the engine then, in fact, into rich. So Hamilton will have the option of when to go. We've got the car turned up into maximum revs, so we're ready for restart. Is everyone else ready? So keeping the tyres nice and warm as we go up this
We have 5
straight.
laps of fuel remaining.
So as soon as we go green, we can overtake. Hamilton's still waiting, and it's gone green now on the corner. Whilst we were on, it went green in the most inconvenient place. Hopefully it'll go green in the most convenient place. Sorry about saying I'd only use one flashback. I'm going to use 2 flashbacks because my tyres were so cold there, and it's gone green on a fucking corner. Like, how would you... It's not meant to go green around a corner. Like... A time penalty for what? What do we get a time penalty for? Like, not being funny. So, the game first goes green on a corner, gives a green flag on a corner, and then secondly... Oh, stupid game. I need to turn down the corner cutting rules, because obviously going wide does not gain you time. Anyway, like, idiot of a game this is. It's designed to make the player lose. Nice drift actually, but not gaining time. So, I think this is now a race just for 13th now. The gains cost us numerous seconds. The tyres were warm. It's just where it went green on a corner. Cost me so much time going green where it went green. Idiot of a game. Right. What? You having a laugh? I've sort of given up now, to tell you the truth, on points for today. I don't think they're gonna happen, and I don't really care if they do happen or don't happen. I just want to finish this race. It went well, started off okay, then it just went downhill. it's gone absolutely downhill from the safety car. I thought the safety car would benefit us, not hamper us. Turned out the safety car has made an absolute fool out of us. So yeah. If we can get 13th, I'll be content with it.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
So, a few more laps now at this Chinese Grand Prix circuit.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Oh, a bit wide. Fuck me, Gasly. What are you doing? Braking. What? Is it? Right. Can someone explain how is going wide here going to benefit me? As you can see, I've lost a position and you're still going to give me a time penalty. What? I've lost a position and you're giving me a time penalty. Codemasters, not being funny, this isn't now turning into a rant video at Codemasters, but how do you warrant losing a position and going wide at turn whatever, at this hairpin here in China? I'm pretty sure the ideal line is this line, not this line. Like, not being funny, you've just given me a great excuse to use something called a flashback. Like, I'm not going to accept a stupid time penalty, you see. Now I don't lose position. And now, you know, like, it's just stupid, that is. Anyway.
This is your final lap of the race. Gap's a teammate behind is
So,
6.
high point of this race. Oh, I've hit someone. Hit Gasly. Made a bit of contact. Oh well, the AI's been making contact with me. Kimi Räikkönen example. So yeah, high point of this race really has to be the race start and the first few laps. Then the low point would have be the Kimi Räikkönen contact. And then the safety car restart.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And then after that, I would say the next low point has to be that stupid penalty that we picked up on the last lap and going wide at that, well, at the hairpin after the back straight, which we're coming up to soon. So yeah, that has to be the 3 low points of this race. But other than that, average race weekend. I think the race went okay.
Drop down to mix too soon.
No point, Jeff. So yeah. So who's gonna win? I think it'll be Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton coming out of the final corner to claim his first victory of the season, to become the... And I've just been punted in the rear by one of the drivers, Pierre Gasly, idiot. Punt me in the rear. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton wins the Chinese Grand Prix to become the 2nd driver this season to win a race, who now joins the list of winners this season of Kimi Räikkönen and Hamilton. And yeah, other than that, ladies and gents, that is today's race. So Lewis Hamilton wins the race from Sebastian Vettel and Bottas. So there we go. We'll just watch the podium ceremony. And Lewis Hamilton, there you go, race winner. Will he win the Brazilian Grand Prix later on tonight? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But he is today's race winner. And many congrats to Lewis Hamilton. Good win there. Not bad indeed. Kimi Räikkönen coming home in 6th, took us out. And yeah, you know, it could have been a race where we ended up in the points. I guess it could have been a much better race win. A much better race for us, but it's turned out not to be. On to Baku then, which is more of a difficult circuit for us. Then, so P12, you know, ain't a bad finishing position. I think we got P12 or P13. Not a bad finishing position after starting what is effectively 12th. So yeah, we've only dropped 1 position. Esteban Ocon, you know, moves up from 15th to 12th then. So yeah.
Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Probably Stoffel Van Dorn. You know, strong pace, good work with the strategy, just a very complete drive, I think.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling installment of this Formula One season.
So there we go then. That is the race then today. So Lewis Hamilton is your victor then today from Sebastian Vettel, from Valtteri Bottas, from Max Verstappen. Nico Hülkenberg in 5th then, who realistically was also another driver who compromised my race today, because he pushed me off the circuit unnecessarily and did not leave me the room. Kimi Räikkönen comes home in 6th. He was the main culprit today. Cost me potentially a point scoring position, I'm going to say. You know, we had the pace, I feel. Easily had the pace, actually, I'm going to say. Because Magnussen did a slower lap than us. Our best was a 1:37.0505. Whereas Magnussen did a 1:37.852. So, yeah, we had the pace then, I think, for at least the top 7. Top 6, questionable. But top 7, easily. So, yeah, you know, not a bad race then. Perez, 8th. Ricciardo, 9th. Grosjean, 10th. Van Dorn, 11th. 12th, Ocon. Myself, Russell, 13th. 14th, Pierre Gasly. 6th, 15th, Alonso. 16th, Sainz. 17th, Leclerc. 18th, Ericsson. Sorokin in 19th. And Hartley, you know, rounding off the grid with a DNF. My drive of day, though, is not actually what Davidson said, Van Dorn, even though he did have a good race, as you can see, from 16th, which is to 11th. My drive of the day has to go to Lewis Hamilton, because I think Lewis Hamilton did control that race start to finish, really, and I do believe he made it up from the start. Let's have a look at the start then. So here we go, 5 red lights. Lights out, and away they went. As I said, it was a very short hold then there, as you can see, but we make a bit of a weird start. We come up the inside virtually of everyone, and this is where we really went well. This was highlight of the move for me today, and as you can see, we make up so many positions in that first corner, and we're already up into now 8th, and yeah, that is a fantastic move for me. But yeah, you know, that is, you know, as I said, you know, Lewis Hamilton really did start well. Gonna have now a watch of Lewis Hamilton's start, who I think is driver of the day then here, as you can see. So yeah, overall he makes really a similar start to what Vettel made. Really didn't make a better start, but then I think it's through the 7th part of the phase, as you can see, they sort of neck and neck going down into turn 1. Hamilton just gets nose ahead, and that's what really does it. But they're still level pegging, really going still through turn 1. Hamilton just keeps the car ahead, keeps it ahead. Vettel comes back a little bit, but then it's a pace really out of this corner here. And yeah, Hamilton keeps the car alongside Vettel's car, but just a tiny bit ahead. And from there, Vettel has to compromise and give up the position. And yeah, there you go. That is Hamilton up into the lead. But Hamilton did control that race, in my opinion. And there you go. So, in terms of championship standings, we stay in 18th then. Still no points. Raikkonen leads the championship now by 16 points. So yeah, still quite some way for everyone to go. Vettel moves up into 3rd. Hamilton gets his first point score of the season with that victory. So unbelievable, but moves up to 5th. So a huge leap for Hamilton from literally wherever he was, from virtually 0 points to now what is 25 points. So a huge leap for Hamilton. Verstappen 6th, Hulkenberg 7th, Magnussen 8th, Perez 9th, Grosjean 10th, Sainz 11th, Alonso 12th, and Leclerc 13th. Ocon is the last driver to score points so far this season, in 14th. Drivers still yet to score points include Van Dorn, Ericsson, Gasly, myself, Russell, Hartley, and Sorokin. So Constructors' Championship, so Ferrari still a long way ahead of Mercedes. Red Bull are in 3rd position right now. And other than that, Haas in 4th. 5th is Renault. 6th, Force India. 7th, McLaren. 8th, Sauber. And 9th is us. And then Toro Rosso in 10th position. So there we go then. Thank you for watching. We're now going to go and do some upgrades, and we're going to improve the car, hopefully, if we've got just about that 3,500 points mark. But first we've got to answer some questions.
How do you think it went? You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
I'm going to say I couldn't do it without the team, of course, you know, because obviously without them I wouldn't be in the Formula 1 and sort of thing. It wasn't deliberate, but the car wasn't nimble enough. I'm not really gonna, no comment, because none of them really fit what I would actually say. Because
anyway.
Realistically, I would actually say, in all honesty, realistically, I have to blame Kimi Raikkonen for that collision. Because, okay, yeah, we went up the inside in turn 1, but turn 1 is commonly an overtaken position, and you can overtake in turn 1. Okay, one driver does have to compromise a little bit, but in this case, Kimi Raikkonen had a little bit of power a power issue, or whatever issue he had with his car, a reliability issue, I'm going to say, and he did not get out of the way, you know, into turn 1. And realistically, he should have left me more room. He did not leave me more room. And then we got punted in the rear by Carlos Sainz. And then again, we got hit again by Kimi Raikkonen, who ultimately hit us again. And yeah, really cost us again another point. Well, cost us some points. So anyway, it looks like Ferrari and Haas have made some development upgrades in terms of us. So we've finished so far 16th, 17th and 13th. That's our best race result this season, so we can't be actually too disappointed. But now it's time to make some upgrades to the car. And as I said, I really do feel the issues that we've got are actually downforce. So yeah, you know, we're gonna make some upgrades now. We're also gonna make and just so yeah, also the chassis felt a bit terrible, so we're gonna also reduce the cost of that, so that costing 500. And should we go for a bit of engine power, engine performance? Yeah, why not? I think, you know, it can never hurt to go for a bit of engine power. So all them delivery, that will be a bit of a upgrade then. Hopefully all them upgrades will pass and they should be ready to go for Spain, the Spanish Grand Prix, you know, which will be cool. So yeah, usually you see a lot of teams upgrading at the Spanish Grand Prix, and yeah, we will be one of them upgrading at the Spanish Grand Prix then, which is hopefully soon. We're not going to do an invitational event, we're going to jump straight into the next weekend, and yeah, you know, I'm going to also do something, just going to reduce, you know, not the AI difficulty, as you can see it's on 97%, then there. We're just going to reduce the... Oh, what's going on? Frozen there. Gameplay settings. We're going to reduce... Press interview time limit. I'm going to do extended time limit because I prefer extended time limit. We're going to put on now this thingy. We're going to have regular. So it's going to be a regular. And thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you next time for the... what will be the Baku Grand Prix. Hopefully we'll be a little bit better. Hopefully we can have another good race result. And hopefully we will win that. Well, we'll have a decent Grand Prix. Thank you for watching. See you next time for what will be the Baku Azerbaijan Grand Prix.